Not gonna buy it. Don't do it. I don't think it's worth it.
GM is an absolute disaster right now.
So this video is for any GMC truck owners.
I bought that truck 3 weeks ago and I've only put 1,000 miles on.
GM is an absolute disaster right now, and everyone is finally saying it out loud. A 2025 Sierra Denali dead on the interstate at 1,000 miles. GM stock down 25% in 3 months. UAW strike costing $200 million per week. Dodge transmission rebuilt 3 times, still failing. And GM just stopped sales of the Colorado and Canyon because the software is so broken they can't fix it over the air. Bell subscribe, because GM definitely won't tell you any of this.
So this video is for any GMC truck owners. I have a 2500 Sierra Denali Ultimate. It's a 2025. Great truck. Absolutely love it. However, yesterday I was driving down the interstate. Power went off. Complete dead. Truck unresponsive. No power steering. No power. All it said on the dash was reduce power, pull over immediately. So I glided off the edge of the interstate. Fortunately, I was at an exit. And dead. All it would do would, you press the button and it would roll and start over, crank, and it would never actually turn over. Did that a couple of times. Ended up having to call a tow truck. Paid $170 to have it towed to the dealership for them to tell me it's a power control module for the fuel pump. Apparently, this is happening with a lot of GM vehicles. So if this happens to you, try to save yourself some money. Tell them what's going on. Unfortunately, I haven't found a way to crank it. Apparently, it's 2 wires and a bolt near the fuel tank. I haven't gotten down there to figure it out. But yeah, I don't know what's going on, GMC. This is all over the internet. You guys got to fix this stuff. I'm tagging them in this post so that they see it.
2025. Brand new. 1,000 miles. Complete power loss on the interstate. No power steering. No brakes responding. Just gliding toward an exit hoping for the best. Tow truck. $170. Dealership diagnosis. Power control module for the fuel pump. And the part that should alarm every GM owner. Apparently this is happening with a lot of GM vehicles. It's all over the internet. The dealer wasn't surprised. They'd seen it before. A known issue. On a brand new truck. That nobody mentioned at purchase.
When shit gets real. So it's my wife's birthday and we're supposed to be going camping right now, and on the way home to drop off the truck, the motor decided to leave the chat. I bought that truck 3 weeks ago and I've only put 1,000 miles on it. What would you do if you were me? Do you contact the previous owner? What kind of game plan would you come up with?
GM is an absolute disaster right now. Their dealers are overrun with trucks. They've lost 25% of their value in the last 3 months. This truck is going to cost you $100,000. And now the UAW is going for the kill shot. And things are about to get a whole lot worse. So I'm actually at a Chevy dealership today because GM just reported their earnings. And they were a beat, but the stock sold off. And actually in the last 3 months, their stock has sold off by about 25%. It went from somewhere around $40 down to sub 30. And I think it's because Wall Street knows that GM is in big time trouble and things are just about to get worse. So now here are the headwinds for GM going forward. We have the UAW strikes, huge, right? Production's getting cut. We have demand issues, both for their trucks on the retail side and for the EVs. And they are hemorrhaging money in the EV space, and it turns out that people don't even really want them. All right, holding the camera weird. I actually want to do the math on this High Country Silverado. So the price here is $77,000. I want to plug this into an auto loan calculator. What you can see is price $77,000, down payment of about 10%, so $8,000, 60-month loan at an interest rate of 8%, and that's if you have good credit. And we're going to give this deal the benefit of the doubt and say that the registration and all the other fees are only going to be $3,000, and that's going to bring you to a monthly payment for this truck of $1,500. And the total price after everything's said and done for that truck, all the interest and everything you're going to pay right at $100,000 for this truck. So because of all these headwinds, GM actually didn't provide guidance going forward to their next quarter. And this is uncertainty, and Wall Street absolutely hates uncertainty. And this is why the stock has sold off so much in the last 3 months, because the space is bad. And GM's just getting hit by every angle right now. It is terrible. All right, you know what? Prices are so high for these trucks. Dude came out his shoe. I thought there was just one shoe, but there's the other one. So what's the story where you just leave your shoes in a parking lot? So right after this earnings release, the UAW actually hit their Arlington, Texas plant. This is a highly profitable plant. 5,000 workers walked off the job. Now this plant builds Tahoes, Yukons, Suburbans, Escalades, and it makes up 20% of all of the US production. So GM has actually stated that for every week that goes by that these workers are on strike, it costs them $200 million. And these estimates were before they struck the Arlington plant. So who knows what the amounts are now, but it's absolutely astronomical. And thus far, what GM has actually lost from the strikes has been a total of $800 million. So the UAW president, Shawn Fain, just came out and said, you know what, they just reported these earnings, and record profits equals record contracts. But I'm guessing Shawn Fain didn't actually look at the earnings reports, because GM actually showed a decrease in profits for the quarter. So the total now for the UAW is that 31% of their workers are on strike. And there's been another 5% that have actually had to be laid off by the companies because of the ripple effect. Meaning that if one factory were to shut down because of the strikes, it might affect another factory, meaning that they couldn't get these vehicles.
$77,000 Silverado. $8,000 down. 8% interest. 60 months. $1,500 a month. $100,000 total when the last payment clears. For a truck. GM stock down 25% in 3 months. Wall Street saw what customers are living. Demand collapsing, EV losses mounting, UAW strike hitting the most profitable plant they have. Tahoes, Yukons, Suburbans, Escalades, all stopped. $200 million per week. $800 million total lost so far. And GM couldn't provide forward guidance to investors because things are too uncertain. Wall Street hates uncertainty. So do the people making $1,500 monthly payments on a truck that dies at 1,000 miles.
Not gonna buy it. Don't do it. I don't think it's worth it. I got a feeling that you get screwed if you buy one now versus buy one later. Chevy, Ram, Toyota, their lots are jam full right now of 2026s. 26 Silverados, 26 Sierras, 26 Tundras, 26 Ram 1500s, even with the Hemis are now loaded all over the lots. We have 26s everywhere except right here. There is not a 26 Ranger. There is not a 26 F-150. There's not a 26 Maverick. There are some 26 Super Duties, which are astronomically high $100,000, $110,000 trucks right now. The 150, there are rows and rows of 2025s. And it's like this at every lot I go to. There are so many. Ford has not even really announced a whole lot about the 2026s. The builder site is not even open on Ford's website. I did make a video about that, how you could cheat and go through, I don't remember what Ford dealership it was. I made the video about how you can build and price one right now, but it is through a third-party dealer and their own website that kind of breaks down the dealer ordering, which just opened like not even 2 weeks ago. Ford is holding back on all of these things on purpose. They are purposely delaying the 2026 because they need to move these 2025s.
Hey, y'all, old 2500 done let me down again. We're gonna see what they talking about down there, Crystal Dodge again. Y'all know how we went through it last time. But so we'll see.
Lots full. Nobody buying. 2026 Silverados, Sierras, Tundras, Rams, everywhere. Ford deliberately holding back their 2026 because 2025s won't move. $100,000 to $110,000 Super Duties sitting unsold. And the advice after walking every lot, don't buy now. Wait. Because you will get a better deal in 6 months than you will today. The power has shifted. Dealers know it. They just hope you don't.
Well, you guys guessed it. She's back. Not even 3 days. So not even 3 days, like I said. On the way home to work from work today, I lost every single gear, got stuck in fourth, and the transmission grenaded itself and started pissing all the fluid all over the service bay driveway as soon as I pulled in the driveway. You know what their answer was? We don't know what to tell you. We don't know what to do. We've rebuilt it 3 times.
Hi, Junkyard Jeff here. We've got us a F-150 manufactured in 3 of 2023 that needs to be crushed right here. And the truck has had flood damage. I want to make very clear that everything is on it, just like they said. We're going to break the valve stems off so we can stick it in the crusher. The gas tank's been removed, and the it says it's got 5,300 miles. So we have a treat today. We have a 3 of 23, March of 2023 F-150 that we're going to put in the crusher right now. And the insurance company wants it crushed. They don't want any parts sold off of it. And so we're going to put this old girl right in there. It's a complete truck. We had to leave the wheels and tires on. We just pulled the valve stems and it should crack the wheels.
This is the most General Motors news story ever. If you haven't seen by now, GM has stopped the sales of their new Chevy Colorado and GMC Canyon trucks. If you're sitting there wondering why, well, to be honest, so are we. All we really know is that it's a software issue and most likely has something to do with this new infotainment screen. Keep in mind, GM is the same company that decided to drop Apple CarPlay and Android Auto because they thought they can make their infotainment better. Also the same company that had to stop sales of their Chevy Blazer EV because the software was so buggy. GM actually declined to specify on the nature of these software issues, so right now we're just left to assume that it's something so catastrophic that they couldn't fix it over the air. Any 2024 model year Canyon or Colorados that landed on dealership lots already will be held until they can be serviced and shipped out. So yeah, the story kind of ends there. It's just GM being GM. But let me know what you think, and if any of you guys have experience with the new Chevy infotainment system and if it's as buggy as they say.
Stop sale. Again. Colorado. Canyon. Both pulled from lots because the software is broken in a way they cannot fix remotely. This is the same company that removed Apple CarPlay, a system that worked, because they believed their own software would be better. It wasn't. The Blazer EV had to be pulled for the same reason. And GM's response to what exactly is wrong declined to comment. Not, we're working on it. Not, here's the timeline. Just, no comment. They stopped selling cars and won't explain why. And somehow that's just GM being GM now. That's the bar. That's where we are. A 2025 Sierra dead at 1,000 miles. $800 million lost to strikes. Stock down 25%. Colorado and Canyon pulled from lots. Transmission rebuilt 3 times with no answer. GM is fighting every battle at the same time right now. Quality, software, strikes, stock price, demand. And the people losing the most aren't the shareholders. They're the ones making $1,500 monthly payments on trucks that don't make it to 1,001 miles. Subscribe if you want to keep watching. And tell me in the comments, are you still buying GM after watching this? Because I think the comment section already has the answer.